Hey, so this is just a video to show you a couple of tips that I've learnt and picked up along the way from other chronic pain and chronic illness sufferers, so I just thought I'd share these with you. I have had a request to talk about the Medipen and to talk about some of the things that helped me, so I'll include them in this video. I just want to talk about the Medipen, which is a special vape filled with cannabinoids, so basically CBD oil, if anybody's heard of that. It's basically the cannabis with the illegal high taken out, so it doesn't get you high, but it's very good at relaxing and numbing the pain receptors. So it comes in a tin like this. It comes with just instructions of what to do. So this is how it arrives. It comes in two parts, and you have this rubber end which just screws off here. This is the cartridge, which you can buy the replacements. Now, I've had this cartridge for just over 2 months now, and I use it so frequently, and it hasn't even run out yet. I just can't believe how good it is. It lasts so long. So the cartridges are £25 each, but it's so worth the money because of how long it lasts. It's usually already charged, but if you need to charge it up, you just screw the USB into there. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. And then it just charges into any USB socket, or you can attach it to a plug if you haven't got a USB socket. It glows green when it's finished, so it's red when it's dead and then green when it's finished. It doesn't take very long to charge. So this is it charging. It's coming up orange on the camera, but it's actually red, the red light here, and it flashes whilst it's charging, just to let you know. When it's finished, this turns to green and this light stops flashing, and then you're ready to go. It doesn't need charging at the moment because I've just charged it yesterday, and that usually lasts a good week or maybe 2 weeks sometimes. It's really, really good. So the cartridge just screws on really easily. See, I can even do it with one hand. And that's ready to go and to inhale. Now, because I'm not and never have been a smoker, I did find it quite difficult to learn how to inhale, so I'm sure any of those who have smoked before or are pretty much not as silly as I am should find it really easy. If anyone wants to know how you inhale, you just deep breath, and then a light comes on at the end, and then you breathe it back to the back of your throat, and then you hold it for 3 seconds, and then you breathe out. So I'll just give you a little example. So it doesn't actually create too much smoke when you blow it out, which is good because it hasn't got any harmful chemicals in it. It has no nicotine, it has nothing addictive in it. So these are very safe to use in environments where vapes are usually banned because they don't contain any harmful chemicals and they don't harm anybody else. So if anybody sees you doing it in a bar or a restaurant, you can explain to them that it is a Medipen and it's a medical device. However, I always, just to avoid that confrontation, I always ask them, just as a polite question, is it okay to use this, just to let you know it is a medical device and it's for chronic pain or whatever. Yeah, I use it sort of maybe about 10 times a day, but a lot more if I'm struggling with sort of more severe pain. I will say it doesn't take away the really bad pain, but when my severe pain is coming on and I'm waiting for, say, morphine to kick in, it really does help calm you down as you're waiting for the other drugs to kick in. It's also really good for when you're out and about and you get those pains that start coming on. It really helps calm down the sort of light to medium pain, so it's really good for preventing a flare. It sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't, that's what I found, but I just find it's a really good tool. It's certainly not a cure by any means, but it's a really good device to just keep in your handbag, just keep with you all the time, and just have a couple of sort of puffs if you need to when your pain starts coming on. It's different for everybody, but you just use it as much as you need to. I've just found it such an amazing piece of kit, and I was told about it by somebody on Instagram, and she told me about it and sent me the link, and the link is, I think you just type in Medipen, it's MEDI pen, you just type that in on Google and you can order them on there. They are quite expensive at first. They're £50 for the starter pack, but as I said, the cartridges are only £25 and you'll probably need that once every 4 months or so. The cartridges last so long, I'm so impressed. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, just message me or leave a comment down below, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. I just really recommend these and think they're the best vape on the market with CBD oil. You can get cheaper ones, but it involves sort of filling the cartridges yourself, and I just think at least you know what's going into these, and at least you know it's regulated and it's legal. It's the first legal cannabis vape in the UK. 5 stars, 10 stars, 10 out of 10. Amazing. I hope you decide to get one. If you don't, you're silly, because they really help, as opposed to taking extra drugs. I found that this has really cut down my morphine intake, and taking extra drugs when the pain is just starting to come on, I would usually reach for medication, but this is helping me not rely on medication so much. So definitely try it, it's very good. So I just wanted to share with you some of the things that my cousin informed me about when I was staying with her, things that help with chronic illness when you're stuck in bed for a few days. I've been doing research, and apparently these are very popular. They're called Lara Bar Nutritional Bar. They're in different flavours. Now these do look very expensive, but for a box of 16 here you can get those for £25, which aren't too bad considering they're just for emergencies or when you're out and about. And they do chocolate chip cookie dough, blueberry muffin, fruit and nut, apple pie. They do various different flavours, so you can get those on Amazon. Most of the things I'm going to show you are available on Amazon because I find Amazon is really easy to use, and their delivery is quite quick as well, especially if you've got Amazon Prime. So I'll show you also the protein shakes that she recommended as well. These are 2 of the protein shake powders that my cousin recommended to me. She made me a drink that was apparently a mix of these 2, and she made it with almond milk. The reason why she's mixed the 2 is one is good for the protein and the other is good for the vitamins. So it's this one, which is chocolate silk, and which is £21.99, and the biotech cookies and cream. It's 0 lactose, but you can get non-lactose free protein. It's all about the same price, so it doesn't really matter. These do seem expensive, but they will last a long time. That's 1 kilogram and almost another kilogram, 908 grams. So that will last you a long time. And what I find good for these, especially to keep by the bed, along with large bottles of water, are these. They are electric protein shaker bottles. So like me, if you don't have much energy and to sort of mix up a protein shaker and get up and into the kitchen to use your blender, it's very difficult. So one of these I'm going to invest in because it mixes it for you, and it mixes it quite well, so you don't have any lumpy bits. You can get these from £11.49 on Amazon. You can get more expensive ones if you want a better one, but obviously is when you're on a budget, you're going for as cheap as possible, but obviously not too cheap so that it will be rubbish. So I'm going to give this one a go personally. Next up is something that I have found to be an absolute godsend. I have ordered one of these already. They are the electric water bottles, which are rechargeable and you can just plug in by your bed. It saves you getting up and boiling the kettle and constantly refilling a water bottle when you're not able to move or you don't have much energy. You just literally plug it in by the side of the bed. I have showed a little bit of a demo of mine in last week's vlog. If you want to see that, click on the vlog below, which is last week's, and you will see how it works. It's nice and easy. You literally just plug it in and it's ready to go. This is something that really helps me. I did hear about these before. They are very good. They're TENS machines for putting on spot pain. So wherever you've got pain in a particular area, you can put these patches on, and it's basically like a high vibration, so it is electrical. It is sending electrical messages to the nerves to try and relax the pain. I find that it really helps relax me, and also I find the reason why I love this particular TENS machine is because it has different settings to change the different vibrations. So you can have different ones that are comfortable for you. Some are very long vibrations, some are shorter with more of a break in it, and it's different rhythms basically. So I find it really good. The pads are also replaceable. The pads are available on here for, I think the pads are £7.99, so they're available on Amazon as well, and you can order them on Prime, so they'll literally arrive next day, and they're very good. You don't need to change the pads very often. They come with a clear sort of film over the top of them, which you replace each time you use them, so it avoids them getting anything sticking to the sticky side of the pads. So yeah, they're really good. Yeah, I've literally had to change mine once in 6 months, so that's pretty good considering how much I use it. These are also an excellent tool for when you're stuck in bed at long periods of time. It's difficult to even hold your phone or an iPad up if you suffer with chronic fatigue or just suffer with the pain. It's difficult to get comfortable. So these are great for putting on your bedside, or they do sort of stand ones like these where you can just stand them by your bed. But I would say just be careful of watching too much TV or too much stuff on your iPad, because it is a medium level activity. So if you do suffer with fatigue, it is an activity still, and it does drain you very much. You would think it's absolutely doing nothing if you're lying there, you're just watching something, but it does take energy. I've only found that out recently, and my cousin actually tried cutting out TV for a week and she feels an amazing difference and so much more energetic. So just be careful not spending all your time watching things on your iPad and watching too much TV. If you are not lucky enough to have blackout blinds in your bedroom, then I find these amazing. They sort of hide the daylight, which prevents you from sleeping a lot of the time in the day when you've had a really rough night and you haven't slept all night. So the best ones are these silk eye masks, because they're very gentle on your eyes and don't cause any irritation or wrinkles or anything like that. I found this one, which is beautiful, on Amazon for £4.19. The rest of them are usually quite expensive. They're usually about £20 each because they're pure silk, but this one is pure silk and it was just a bargain really at £4.19. So I've ordered that and that's on its way to me. Also, earplugs come in very handy to block out any noise that's outside your house going on in the day, any daytime workers, or I live in the city, so I get an awful lot of noise. So this helps me block out any sort of background noise when I'm trying to sleep in the daytime. They're really good. They're silicone, so you can shape them to your own ear, and they block out a lot of sound. They're much better than the foam ones that I've tried. So thank you to everybody who watched this video. I hope it was helpful to you, as all of these things have been very helpful to me. If you do have any tips or any advice for me or other people, please feel free to leave a comment down below and share with me your experiences, or share with me any products that you find are helping you through your journey. And wish everybody well who has got a chronic illness. Don't ever forget that you're a hero, you're a warrior. You have to deal with so much crap, and you are all my heroes. So well done for getting this far, and just keep fighting, keep going, and just be happy, because despite our quality of lives being very different to I guess the norm, there's still so much to be grateful for and so much to be happy about. So sending you lots of positive vibes and lots of happiness and lots of healing vibes too. Bye.